One more act, then we're going to have a break, so keep that applause going. Welcome to the stage, Dave Flynn, everybody!
Hello. Is this on? Yeah, it is. Before I begin, let me address something very important. No, one of the 118 joggers has got fucking long COVID. I do like the mustache, ladies and gents, I do, but I do get a fair few comments. Someone shouted at me from a van the other month, "Hey Magnum P. Doe." Someone told me I look like Luigi in the middle of a breakdown. Mechanical or mental, I've had both, mate. Someone told me I look like Ron Swanson if he went vegan. A few Parks and Recs fans in, awesome, awesome. But my personal favourite, someone told me I look like Freddie Mercury. In the dying stages of AIDS. So that's what I've been dealing with, Liverpool. How the fuck are you, alright? I wanted to chat to you guys about my dad, right? My dad's always been a bit of a miserable bastard. He's the only person I know to ever get Bell's palsy and look happier. It's true. And he was moaning the other day, right? He was moaning. He was like, do you know what the problem with your generation is? You're so fucking impractical. You're so fucking impractical. Which I could take as a criticism if it wasn't coming from a man with 3 Facebook accounts because he keeps forgetting the password. Even the Facebook moderators are looking at him and be like, this is the shittest catfish we've ever seen. He just keeps posting the same photo of an old man with Bell's palsy. But you do notice this, right? As you get older, you and your parents' opinions change. We were chatting a little while ago about Shamima Begum, you know, the girl who went off to Syria and married an ISIS fighter. And my dad turned around to me and goes, I bet you'd invite Shamima Begum back into the country and stick her on Love Island. Wouldn't ya? Wouldn't ya? I said, of course not, Dad. I put her on Married at First Sight. She's much more familiar with the format of the show. Anyone here into conspiracy theories? No one else smokes weed. Awesome. Oh, a few down at the front. Yeah, you definitely look like you do. I've got my own conspiracy theory that I'm trying to get going on the internet at the moment. Do you want to hear it? Yeah? I reckon, all right, vape shops aren't real businesses, and they were just created as a place for the workers of CX to retire to. Fucking makes sense, though, guys, doesn't it? It makes fucking sense. All right, I got this story, right? I don't know whether you guys want to hear it. I'll try and do it fucking quick. Do you want to hear it? It's about how I accidentally did heroin at 17. Do you want to hear it? Yeah? All right. I'll try and fucking rush for it. Okay, so picture me, 17, same body type. And I was working in a little kind of general store in the little town that I grew up in, right? And this is a store that sold dinner ladies' tabards to old ladies every single week, like Doris was about to be called back into fucking service. Rugs that are too short to go anywhere, and little lamps arranged in kind of a Pride and Prejudice style theme. Anyway, I would work in this place, and I was the youngest person there. They're all little old ladies just about to retire. Now, I wasn't allowed to use the staff toilet because I've got a condition called IBS, or irritable bowel syndrome. Now, for those who don't know what that is, it basically means when I take a shit, it sounds like someone's setting off a paintball gun in an enclosed space, and it smells like you've used it to shoot your little sister's hamster. So anyway, I wasn't allowed to shit in the public toilet, in the staff toilet, so I had to go down the road to this car park. There was a toilet there, they didn't make me shit in the bushes. Where this toilet was, though, was a well-known druggy hangout of the town, right? So I'm there on my break, I go into this toilet, who follows behind me is a well-known smackhead of the town. Now, I go into the cubicle, he goes into the cubicle next to me. There's a little hole about a carrot shape between the two walls. Some of you, this fella knows what I mean. Yeah, rather than smell my shit, they would rather send a child to a well-known druggy and cottaging spot. So anyway, I'm sat there, I'm taking a shit, and I just hear... And it's a spark of a lighter. Then, smoke starts coming through the glory hole. And I go, what's that? What's that? And on the third try, I knew what it was. It was heroin. Guys, I didn't necessarily chase the dragon, but I did join the conga line behind it. So now, I'm suddenly fucked on smack and I've got to go back into work. So I go into work, my boss goes, you look awful chipper. I was high on heroin. So it's like, you can bag up, you can go on the till, you can bag up the little tabards for little old ladies. So I'm on the till. This little old lady comes up and she goes, "It's so lovely to see young people enjoying the world of work." And I'm thinking to myself, if you had this much heroin in you, you'd enjoy child soldiering. So anyway, I get through the other 4 hours of my shift. The little old ladies don't realise their reference for heroin is less train spotting, more opium wars. So I get to the end of the day, and some of you are looking at me, be like, "Well, why? You know, by the way, if you're doing a shitty minimum wage job, may I recommend heroin because that shift flew by." And there's not really an end to this story, but the one question that I do get asked quite often is, "Dave, you know, if you were high on heroin, why didn't you just tell them that you were sick and go home?" Well, I'll level you guys. I needed the money from that shift to buy drugs, actually. Ecstasy, to be specific. I've been Dave Flynn. You lot have been fucking lovely. Night.
Dave Flynn, everyone.